Hi, learners. Welcome to Fluency Day 2 for our story this week, The Skunk Ladder. And I hope you enjoyed reading it yesterday because it is hilariously funny. We all know we've had that friend or been that friend who got us into trouble or got somebody else into trouble, right? Which one are you? Uh-oh. Oh, what a good story it was. So if you haven't read it, you need to double back and read it. It is so funny. There is literally a skunk and a ladder in it, okay? So go back and read that story or listen to that story be read because it's make you cry laughing. It's so funny, especially on the end when they get the dad. I won't give any away, though. No spoilers, right? All right, so today in Fluency, we're going to go over some amazing words for this week. These words, there are 10 of them. It's prairie, dessert, not desert, dessert, carefree, relish, vanish, unassuming, sinister, embark, mundane, and antics. Those are the words we're going to go over this week in Fluency. And I have a story I wanted to read to you real quick called How the Desert Made Us Different. This is the teacher read aloud this week. So as you're reading, let's see if you can pick out any of those amazing words that we just went over. All right, so how the desert made us different. My family was not what you would call adventurous. Dad used to say, if I want adventure, I'll turn on the National Geographic channel. Mom, show her a spider and watch her vanish. As for our sheepdog Max, he never met a cat he wasn't scared of. And me, well, I used to fit right in with the others. And I still fit in, but we're different people now, and Max is a different dog. We've had adventures galore since moving here about 6 months ago. Here is a home in the foothills of the Catalina Mountains, overlooking the city of Tucson, Arizona. We came here from a little town in Kansas. I like to draw cartoons, and recently I drew the four of us entering this long tunnel with the word prairie written on one end and desert written on the other. We enter the tunnel, dragging our feet, looking timid, and come out at the other end, walking tall and looking fearless. What transformed us from wimps to daredevils? Well, first, there was a diamondback rattlesnake on the doorstep. He showed up on the very first night, shaking his rattle as if to say, welcome to the neighborhood, in his own special way. Sure, we knew there'd be poisonous creatures in the desert, but did it have to be right there on our front porch? Mom saw him first, and her scream brought the rest of us right to the door. And then came that sinister rattle. That night, all we had were thoughts of heading straight back home to Kansas. But we toughed it out, and through other rattlesnakes that stopped by, and the deadly Gila monsters, and all the poisonous spiders and scorpions that came after. Not to mention the unearthly yipping and howling of coyotes at night, and the javelinas trooping along the roadside. In case you didn't know, javelinas resemble large pigs, only with fur all over them and a smell, well, let's just say you wouldn't call it fragrant. Did any of us ever tangle with these fearsome critters, you might ask? Well, Max and I did. He got chased by a dozen javelinas while I was walking him in the desert. I managed to catch up to him and get him on the leash, and together the two of us stood off against them as they prowled around us, snorting and clicking their sharp yellow teeth like they were about to devour us both. But Max and I held our ground, and I yelled and tossed rocks near them until they backed off. All the while, Max snarled and barked, protecting us both. Now, I call him Mad Max now. How the desert made us different. All right, learners, I will see you in Fluency tomorrow. Take care.